All right, welcome. This week we're going to be learning the bass line to Billie Jean, which consists of 3 basic movements. That's the first one, and that comprises about 70% of the song. The second one is, and the third one is, and then a little bit of. So we're going to activate the fretboard, and I'm going to go through those one at a time, note by note. The names of the notes will appear on the fretboard, so I don't need to call them out. However, it might be advantageous for you as we go through them at slow speed to call them out to yourself, so it'll acclimate you to the position of those notes on the fretboard. The first movement. That's the first movement. We're going to go through that real slowly. Watch the notes on the fretboard as I play through it the first time. Okay, so we're going to play through that at a tempo, at a very slow tempo, so you can follow along. Before you do, notice that my third finger is playing both the 4th frets on those first 2 notes. You want to use as few fingers as you can on any given movement, because the fewer fingers you have, the more fluid the sounds are going to be, and the less chance that you're going to make a mistake. If you can do so easily, practice going back and forth between those 2 strings with just your 3rd finger. Now you can do it with 2 fingers. And it wouldn't hurt your dexterity at all to go ahead and play it that way. I just find it, there's less motion. The more motion you can eliminate from any given action, the more efficient that motion will become. Also, notice that with my picking fingers, I'm alternating between my 1st and 2nd finger. Again, that's much more fluid than just using 1 finger. Anyway, so now we're going to play through that pattern slowly and follow along on the fretboard. And I'm going to count us in, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Okay, now practice that until you really get it under your fingers. And if you find the whole pattern hard, just go ahead and do the first part of it. Get comfortable with that. Until you can play it at about like that. And then add the second part of it. Until you can play the whole pattern. And practice that until you can play it more or less at speed. And when you can graduate to the next movement in the piece, which is, I'm going to going to play that slowly, and watch the notes on the fretboard, and you can see what I'm playing. Okay, and on the actual finished, when we finish that and are playing it up to speed, you notice there's a little bit of a hold, a little bit of a rest on that top note. Or you can abbreviate it and just put a rest after. Okay, so I'm going to go through that real slowly, and we'll count it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. More times. And then when you get that up to speed, then you go back to. So when you get both of those figures working together, at about speed, then you can learn the third part of the movement, which is you're going to be on the D, and it can be an open D, or it can be a D on the A string. I prefer the D on the A string because I have more control over it and it doesn't ring. And you want to go to an octave on that little accent note. So if you do it on the 5th fret on the A string, you're going to play the octave, which is the 7th fret on the G string. If you play it on the open string, open D, then you're going to go from the open to the 12th fret, which is also a D. So if I play 5th fret here, all Ds, they all vibrate at exactly the same frequency. So whichever of those is most comfortable. I'm going to use the 5th and the octave on the 7th. Now that little run up on the D string can be done either as a hammer-on, meaning you just pick it once and then let your fretting fingers sound out the notes, or you can do it 3 times. You can pluck 3 times. And I think on a song like this that's really percussive, you'll want to do it, pluck it 3 times rather than, which is a little sloppy. However, whichever way you feel most comfortable with it is fine. The figure goes like this. Follow along on the fretboard. So if you would follow along, play that with me. I'll do it a little bit slower. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then there's a little turnaround before you go back into the first figure. You're just going from a D to a C sharp. Then you're back into. So those are the 3 figures in Billie Jean, and once you get those under your fingers, and are comfortable with them and can play them at about this tempo. Then you'll be ready to follow along with somebody with a music track and somebody who's playing at speed, and it'll be a lot of fun. Go to this address and follow Anna as she plays. She does a great job, and I look forward to following your progress. If you have any questions, or if there are other tracks that you'd like to learn in a similar manner, drop me a line, david@thelearningdoc.com, DOCK.com. Also, if there's anything you'd like explained, any techniques or a clinic that you'd like, let me know. Drop me a line, I'll do what I can, okay? Take care. All the best with Billie Jean. Bye-bye.